Hello everyone, I'm Grand Master Priyadharshan Kannappan and you are watching Chess Gyaan in 3 minutes. I welcome you to another episode of No to G takes F3 capture theme, and we've already discussed 2 videos on this theme, and this is going to be a continuation on the same particular theme. And the reason why I'm placing so much emphasis and focus on this is because if you master the fact that you won't capture with G takes F3 in critical junctions, you can easily score a lot more points. That's the only reason why we are giving so much importance to this particular topic. And if you know how to double the opponent's pawn on the G takes F3 with the capture as the other opponent side, then you can score a lot of points. So it's a win-win. If you're playing white, you can learn how not to do it, and if you're playing as black, how you can try to provoke the G takes F3 capture with the king being on G1. So the example that we have on the board is like white's not at castled, and it's going to be a slightly tougher example than the ones that you've seen in previous positions. So white castles, black plays a fantastic move. Black goes rook c3, and after knight takes e5, bishop e5, white makes a big mistake in my opinion. White goes knight f3, and it allows black to play rook f3, and that's the theme of this episode, right? So we just take there, and after g f3, this king is very weak on g1, and white, because of the king being weak, black just goes queen takes h3, queen d3, and black makes a little nifty move, king h8, and then now the threat of rook g8, checkmate. White can't do anything and white resign. A fantastic game in my opinion. Let's look at another example over here. So here, white goes bishop e3, which is a smart move in my opinion, because white is like kind of identified that black is going to go knight d4. So by going bishop e3, if knight d4 comes, white will just capture bishop takes d4. So black is slightly more clever, and black goes bishop d4, and white for no reason just simply captures here. White could have played any move like short castle or h3, anything would have been better than bishop takes d4. And after knight takes d4, now we establish a pin over here, and white still goes on short castles. I think not a great decision in my opinion. It's better to keep the king on e1 than to short castle in these positions. So after short castle, knight takes f3, gf3. We have seen a similar positions quite a few times already. Black goes bishop h3, attacking this rook on f1, and after rook e1, queen g5 check, king h1, queen g2, and it's a checkmate. So let's look at one more example of the same particular theme, and this is going to be a kind of a slightly different version of the same theme that we've been discussing. So black goes knight g5 with the hopes to capture on f3, and then white would be forced to capture back, or g takes f3, and then the king on g1 would be exposed, right? So white goes rook e1, and it allows what black wanted. Black goes bishop takes f3, which is a very nice move in my opinion. And after gf3, knight h3 check, and king g2 was played by white. And if you are watching this video, I would suggest you to pause and think what you would do if you're having the black pieces. And once you find out the solution, then press the play button. Black goes with this fantastic queen g5 check. The point of it being king takes h3 doesn't work, as there is rook f6, and the rook would swing to h6, and it's a checkmate. So white goes king f1, but that leads to a forced checkmate after queen g1 check, king e2, queen takes f2. So overall, as you could see, this g takes f3 in all the examples that we saw was not a good one for white. So it's something important to keep thinking about. I'll come up with one more episode on this topic, so you get all the clarity that you want on this before we move on to the next topic. Bye bye everyone. Please subscribe to the channel and press on the bell icon.